Howdy YouTubers, Happy New Year and welcome to episode number 15. So I am down at Digger Lakes for this one. I'm doing a 72-hour session. It's now just over 72 hours really. It's Thursday evening now, so I've just finished work because I worked on the Boxing Day, which means I get a day in lieu. So I'm using it tomorrow. So tomorrow's Friday and I'm here right through till Sunday. So yeah, Digger Lakes again, back on the winter ticket. I don't think this session is going to be anywhere as near as prolific as Lakeside was, just to pre-warn you. So I am back in Brick Point, if you guys know Digger Lakes. Quite a well-known swim. This is where I'm starting. I didn't really see anything anywhere else apart from in here, right over in that channel. Saw a couple of light vortexes. That is literally all I've seen after a big walk around the lake. So I've decided to pitch up in here for the night. May stay in here, may not, it all depends. Lately it's been really cold, so I've got the feeling this weekend is going to be hard as you know what. But you know, if you're not here, you can't catch them. So 3 rods, all out on the spots already. I'll talk you through them. It's pretty much the same as what my other videos have been. I like to fish the same sort of spots, the spots where I know the fish come from. Nice and clear out there and all the rest of it. So yeah, pretty good. House is already up, everything's already up, everything's out and ready to go. It's just a case of just showing you guys where everything is. Been here for about an hour now, just starting to get dark now, so thought I'd get this little bit of camera done before it all goes to pot and darkness. So I'll show you the spots where I'm fishing now and the rigs and methods I'm using. Right then, so pretty straightforward. Right hand rod right out in between the channel, middle rod right out towards that tree, probably about a rod length off of it. Third rod, which is the left hand rod, just in this area here. There's like a little hard spot down there. I think it must be like, someone told me, one of the bailiffs told me it was like a pile of stones, but I'm not too sure really. It just feels like quite big gravel, if you like. So that one's just down there, and that is where my 3 rods are fishing. 2 different types of rig for this session. So first is pretty straightforward, just a length of Camotex with a anti-tangle sleeve. Down to that I'm using a little mesh PVA bag with a mainline essential sail wafter and a size 6 wide gape. You might be able to see on there a little bit of silicone on there. That kind of creates like a blowback effect. So that I've got 2 of those out there. The left hand rod down in the corner here, because I know it's nice and clear. So wherever I can in here I try to use a wafter. I seem to have more success on wafters in here than I do pop-ups. So the other rig, again, length of Camotex, a size 6 wide gape again, little shot there just to counterbalance the pop-up, and again just a mainline essential sail pop-up. Nothing really fancy, a little bit of shrink tube on there to sort of give it a kick, and again just held on with the silicone tube, again just to sort of like create that sort of like blowback effect. So that's it. They are the 2 rigs that I will be using for the session. There's no need for me to tie any more up. I don't think I'm going to be short because I've got a whole batch of them all ready to go. So that's quite good. Saves you a lot of time and messing around on the bank. So if you do get the time to pre-tie your rigs and do your PVA bags, it's a really handy tip because you can literally just on and off your rigs and get fishing out there straight away. Wrap the rod back up and get it back out. So that's what I've done. At the moment everything is pretty quiet, but that's what I expected from here at the moment. So until anything happens, yeah, it's not a lot I can really do. But anyway, they're the two types of rig that I'll be using. Baiting wise for this session is very, very straightforward. I am using the freezer range of Essential Cell. Well, they only do it in the freezer range, so yeah, just got these, just little 15 millers, and what I've been doing is just been halving them up in the quarter cutter, but they're really soft anyway. So yeah, that's the baiting strategy for this one. Halves and wholes, just to see if I can induce a bite. Not too much, probably only about 50 baits per rod. Trying to keep the coops at bay, but it's not been too bad at the moment, so I'm just going to leave them out there, and hopefully tonight we might be able to nick a bite, or we might not. I don't know, it all depends. This is diggers we're talking about, we're not talking about lakeside anymore, so yeah, could be sat on my hands for a bit, but hopefully, you know, I've seen a few fish in this area now, so I'm pretty sure I saw one a minute ago down there as well, so fingers crossed, you know. But as I said, could be quite tricky because it has been quite cold. Good evening, YouTubers. So it's probably about 7 o'clock now, I suppose, something like that, and not a lot has happened, as I said. Excuse me, I thought that might happen, so a couple of things to talk to you about. You're probably wondering why I'm underneath a green light. There you go. Right, new product that I've got. It's the new Ridge Monkey IR Pro Bivy light. Bought 2 of them. Obviously I'm using one at the moment. This one I keep as well because I do so much fishing. Quite like to have the bivy light on, like, most of the time. It just kind of keeps me awake during the winter months, really. I find that if I sit in the dark a lot, then I tend to fall asleep quite easily. So yeah, retails at $39.99, but I didn't pay anywhere near that. Got it for about 26 quid out of Eric's Angling, just in the Boxing Day sales. So I thought I'd invest in 2 of them. Talk you through a couple of features of it. So you get the light itself, and you get the remote, little dinky remote like that. Got a little lanyard on it, it's quite handy. Comes with a magnetic strip, so you can put it to the roof like I have here. Couple of features with it. The remote, obviously, you can turn it off or turn it on. And you can change the colours of the lights. So on the remote itself, you get 3 different colour options. So you've got a red, you've got the white, and you've got a green as well. I like the green because it's kind of like a kind of like a night mode, and it doesn't really stand out as much. If you've got the bivy door open or anything like that, you know, it's quite a dull sort of like colour rather than a massively bright light. The other feature with these as well is you can turn the brightness down just by holding it, and it's kind of like dimmer controlled, so you can turn it down so it's just like a really dull sort of dim light, but it still emits quite a lot of light, and obviously you can turn it back up and put it on whatever position you want it, really. So that's quite a good little feature. But yeah, pretty impressed with it, really. Like, the red's quite good as well. The red isn't as bright as the rest of the colours, so again, like, if you just want some sort of, like, you know, dim night setting, it's quite good for that. The other thing as well with the colours, you can avoid things like midges and stuff like that. The midges don't seem to be so attracted to the white light, so during the summer months when you've got a lot of midges about, if you're not using a mozzie mesh or anything like that, or even if you are using a mozzie mesh, you put your different colour light on, and it sort of deters the deters the flies and things like that. So quite a good little product, really. Quite happy with it. As I say, I did get 2 of them because you know, I spend so much time on the bank. I don't really, if I get one that runs out, I can always use another one. Before I started using the Ridge Monkey, I used to, well, I still got them, use the NGT bivy light. As you can see, it's quite a bright light. It's got 3 different brightness settings on it. They're good lights, but the Ridge Monkey does a little bit more, because obviously it's you can adjust the brightness on it. The battery life's a little bit better, so you do really pay for what you sort of like get with that. But it is a good little product. I mainly use these now for my night photography, for when I've, you know, if I've got a fish in the cradle or something like that. I tend to use the Ridge Monkeys in the bivvy, and I use the NGTs for lighting up outside and stuff like that. So I've got 4 of them in total, which might seem excessive. Anyway, nothing has happened in the fishing front anyway, so I'm going to probably get an early night, because I'm just off of work and things like that. So get an early night, get up tomorrow morning, I reckon. I don't know whether anything's going to happen tonight or not. It's nowhere near as cold as it was last night, so that's kind of like the reason, half the reason why I decided to come tonight, because I thought there might be the off chance of, you know, maybe nicking a bite. But you know, you never know with this place. So yeah, everything's out. It's been out since this afternoon. I've only done 1 cast, so left it all out there, see how that goes. And if I don't see you during the night, then I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. Ta-ta. Good morning, everyone. So I had a good night's sleep last night. Nothing happened. Was to be expected, I guess. The plus side is it was nowhere near as cold as what it was during the week, and it's set to get a bit warmer. Even got so warm last night it did rain a little bit, so only sort of like drizzly stuff, but still rain. So I haven't recast or anything like that yet. I'm going to leave the rods out there till about 12 o'clock, and then I'll bring them in and give them a bit of a refresh. May put a little bit more bait out there, depending on what I see the coots doing. I'm now relying on the coots a little bit to tell me whether they're still baiting the swim, because it's quite shallow here and they do dive down on them. You bait quite a lot, so for once I need a coot to go down and tell me what's going on. But for the main time, I'm going to leave them out there till 12, and then see what happens. So yeah, unfortunately no fish, but like I said, this is a totally different venue to where I was in my previous video. So yeah, hey ho, I don't mind so much. Kick back, put the TV on, a lot of tea, all good. So that's where we are, and anything happens later on, catch you later. Well, it's about 4 o'clock now. I was just sort of kind of sat in the bivvy, just contemplating on how long it was going to take, if at all, this session to get one, and I've got one. Not really the size of my other video from Lakeside. This one is a tiny bit bigger. So I'll pull them up, I'll show you. It's a nice little chunk. He stops flapping. There we go. Bloody hell. All right. Not having any of it. So I'm gonna try again. Just let him calm down a minute. He's a big fish, so I need to be really careful with it. It's really cold. There we go. 26 pound 9 ounces. That is a fish. Taken on the middle rod on mainline cell, essential cell pop-up. So yeah, you can see that. Really nice fish, really heavy, really cold. As I said, 26 pound 9 ounces. Happy. Right, gonna get this back. I'll show you the other side quickly. It's not a fish that I recognise, but certainly not one I've had before. It's the other side. Beauty. Right, I'm going to get this fish back and see if we can get another one. Off you go, fella. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Right then, so that's the first 24 hours out of the way. Just over 24 hours, about 5 o'clock now. Just about almost pitch black outside. So yeah, happy to have one after 24 hours anyway, especially at that size. So I'm pretty good going for an ear really. So yeah, good stuff. That was on the middle rod on a just a little mainline central cell wafter, just to match the hatch yellow that they come in, just on the pop-up. So what I've done now is the left down rod that's done nothing after 24 hours. It was down in the corner down here. I've just relocated that one right down into the far channel. There's no one fishing in there, so I've just put a handful of boilies down there as well, just to see if I can pick one up on there. Funnily enough, about 10 minutes ago, I was on the phone to the missus and I thought I had another one on, but it was just a liner. The bobbin went all the way up, but it's come back down to where it was now. So yeah, they're definitely on the move. They're definitely in the area, which is what I've been looking for. The baiting strategy that I've approached seems to have worked. So they're definitely getting on the bait. I've seen a few bubbles and fizzing this afternoon, which kind of gave the game away a little bit with them. So I had the feeling that they were there. It was just a case of whether or not I was going to get one. Luckily enough, I did. So again, I've just put out the same amount of bait again over all 3 rods, the halves and the holes, and I'm just going to sit back on them. Haven't had a bite in the night yet. Maybe might have one tonight, who knows. The weather's a little bit warmer now than what it has been. It's come up a couple of degrees. The pressure's quite high. It's up at around the 10,026, but I'm not really too arsed about that. My main concern is that I have fish in this area now. So just shows you that if you use your eyes and your ears when you get to places, you know, even if you don't get a bite straight away, you can locate fish, which is what I did. So happy enough to do that as well. So yeah, right, I'm going to make a cup of tea now, chill out, make up a couple more rigs and PVA bags, because I've had a few casts now and I like to keep them topped up. So I'm going to carry on and do that, and if nothing happens later on, I might do an evening update, who knows. But until then, see you later. Good morning. Well, as you can probably tell, last night was pretty uneventful. Not a lot happened last night. A couple of bleeps, but that was about it. So yeah, I know that they're still baiting the swim at the moment, because I had the kook sort of diving around this morning. I see one there just making his way across the bank. So I'll give you a recap of where everything is. My left hand rod, or right hand rod, is probably a rod length back from where the kook is at the moment, just off the tree. The other one is just in front of that tree, and that's where we picked up the 26 yesterday. And I relocated the one that was round the corner here, and I've put it just in the channel down there, just to see if I can pick a few up down there. But at the moment, it's very quiet. Haven't seen anything. Been up for about an hour. It's about 9 o'clock now. I had a bit of a lie-in this morning, but there hasn't been anything moving around or anything like that. Haven't seen anything at all. So gonna leave them out there and see what happens. Might have a bit of a recast in about an hour. Just gonna make a cup of tea first, wake up a little bit, and then yeah, I might chuck out a fresh bag after that. Hello. So, about 12 o'clock now. Thought I'd do another little update. Nothing's really happened. A couple of liners, but that was about it. Went to the showers a minute ago. There's some really sociable people here today. God, you'd think the world had ended, honestly. Like, I'm all for saying hello to people and stuff. Go and say hello to people, and they're like, boop, 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 boop. There was a guy who had a fish in the net, right, in the sling. It's like, oh, I just had one. Yeah. Okay. Any size? Yeah. All right then, see you later, bye. Like, why be like that? Anyway, back in my swim. Nothing's really happened. So yeah, just sort of sat on my hands waiting, really. I was contemplating a move, but I don't think I'm going to, because the wind started hacking this way now, and yeah, it was quite carpy now, so I think I'm going to stay put. But until then, I'm going to make something to eat, and I might even have a sleep this afternoon. Good morning. So, Sunday morning, and as you can probably tell, no action. A couple of bleeps, but that was about it. So I've just got off the phone to the wife, and she's got the flu. The whole house has got the flu now. Mother-in-law has got it, and so has father-in-law. So I've been told not to go home because obviously I'm going to get it. They're all in bed, they're all ill. So yeah. So, oh, don't come home. Okay then, I'll come home. What am I going to do? So she said, well, you know, can you stay where you are, or, you know, I've got a house in somewhere else as well, so she's like, you can go back to that. So I'm making a decision now whether or not I'm going to stay for another night, or whether I'm just going to pack up and go home. If I do stay another night, I won't be staying in this swim, because it's too far away from the car park. I need to be close to the car park for the morning to pack up and get out of here, because I've got work. So I've got an idea of a swim that in mind near the car park, so I'm going to have this cup of tea, sit down, make a decision, and take it from there, whether or not I'm going to do another night. At the moment it's not too bad, it's quite mild, it's not cold, it's not going to rain, so, you know, I'm thinking, well, I could do another night, but I'll need to go and get some supplies and stuff like that, because I've run out of everything now, just food and stuff. But there's a Tesco's just round the corner, so the shower's here, there's nothing, none of it's a real problem. So it's whether or not I can be bothered to do it or not, I suppose. But, you know, I'm here, so I'm thinking, well, I might book on and do another night. So got my van here, got my tools here, got everything I need, so I can go straight to work in the morning. But anyway, I'm gonna have this, watch the water for sort of half an hour, and then make a command decision on what to do. Oh, the responsibilities. Well, the decision's been made. I'm staying. So I'm just on my way down to the Tesco's. Gonna go and get a couple of supplies. The lucky thing about Diggers is there's got showers there and stuff like that, so I can have a nice hot shower before I start. I've moved all the gear around to the swim that I'm going to be going in. I'm going to be going in swim 1, which is nice and close to the car park for tomorrow morning, so I can just literally just pack up and have another shower in the morning and then get on the road. So that's what we're going to be doing. So I'm just getting to the Tesco's now. Gonna get these bits and then have a shower and get back on the bank. Right, that's all the supplies got and sorted. Had a nice hot shower as well. So I'm all set up in the swim now. Really doesn't take very long for me to move. With a brolly in that, it's just literally a case of folding down and folding up again. So it's really, really easy. So I am now in the second swim. Welcome to the extended vlog of another just under 24 hours. So all 3 rods are now out as well. I know this area quite well, so I know the bottom. I don't need to lead about or anything like that. The left hand rod is located in this corner over here. There's kind of like a, can't really see it from here, but there's like an overhanging tree over there that leads down into the bay, Tyler's Bay. Fish travel in and out of that bay quite a lot. The weather's really warm at the moment, so I'm thinking they're going to be on the move, so that's kind of another reason why I picked this swim. Other than that, and it's convenient. The middle rod is fishing right out towards the tip of the right hand side island, probably about half a rod length off of it, and the right hand rod is located just off of that island down there, again probably maybe half a rod length off. All 3 rods have had minimal bait put on really. They've just gone out with a stick of pellet and probably about 10 boilies, but what I've done is I've halved up the boilies to get them to sort of like work a little bit quicker. So there's like bits and pieces out there really, I guess. That and a pop-up. So I've just done the 1 cast, and I'm going to be leaving that now until tomorrow if I don't have a run. Another thing that I've done with this swim as well is this swim's really kind of like close quarters fishing. So what I've done is I've positioned my bivvy all the way back away from the water, just to give me that little bit more cover. And I've got the bivvy door done up, sort of like in letterbox mode, just so I'm hid away from everything really, because if anything does start moving around here, I'm going to be able to see it. So yeah, that's what I've done. So another few hours fishing anyway. Hopefully the missus gets better by the time I get home tomorrow, but she said like there's absolutely no point you coming home because you're just going to make you ill, and then you're going to be in trouble for work and things like that. So another night here by the looks of it, so oh well, better make some dinner then. Hello everyone. So it's just about 5 o'clock now, pretty much dark outside, so just had something to eat. Unfortunately it's been a uneventful day again. Haven't seen or heard anything at all. Had a guy come round earlier, been here for 2 days, had nothing at all. So I've done quite well to get the 1, I think. I was thinking about going home tonight because, like, number 1, it feels pretty weird being here on a Sunday night when I've got work tomorrow, something I don't really do. And number 2, I've been out since Thursday, so I think, like, you know, oh, really I should be going home. But I just spoke to the wife again, and she is really, really not well. So, you know, she's got the lurgy to the max. So the chances of me getting it when I go home are pretty good. So I might even still get it, but you know, she's in bed and all the rest of it. So I'm going to stay here for tonight, I think, and go in the morning, I guess. I'm really not expecting anything to happen because the last 3 nights I've had nothing. So, you know, I guess it's kind of like, you know, being here for the sake of it really, but it's the winter and that's what it is. The plus side is it's not cold and it's not raining, so there's always a chance, but I'm not going to hold my breath. So that's just me being perfectly honest from the pattern that I've seen so far anyway. So So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. My gear is literally all packed down to nothing now, so I've literally just got to fold down the brolly in the morning and get the rods in, and that's it. So the minimal amount of kit is out. It's kind of like doing an overnighter now. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I won't bother doing any more updates because, you know, there's really no point now. So if anything happens by the morning, I'll let you know. If not, then I'll catch you guys in the morning. Hello YouTubers. Well, you joined me in the van. It's about 6 o'clock now, and I've decided that enough is enough really, and I'm going to go home. I'm not really feeling sort of like being there tonight. I don't know why. It's a bit damp and drizzly now. Everybody gone home from the complex. It was a little bit lonely there, so you know, I hadn't had anything throughout the nights anyway, so I thought, well, you know, I'm not really feeling being here, why am I here? So I'm gonna go home. 6 o'clock now, so I can get home for a decent time, and you know, I can pick it up again, you know, next weekend or whenever I go out again. So it wasn't a complete blank, you know, I did have the one fish, so I'm happy enough just to get that really, you know, for the size of it and stuff like that. So, but you know, the main thing for me today was I didn't really see anything at all. You know, I didn't have no liners, there was no movement or anything like that, and I just thought, well, you know, why am I here? So when you think like that, you have to go home really. You know, there's no point in staying on the bank when you feel like that, because you know, it's just going to put you off your fishing in the long run. So that's the decision that I've made anyway. I go home, get a decent night's sleep, and then come back and do this whenever. So yeah, anyway, enough of that. Thank you for watching my my blog again. If you're new to these and this is the first time you've seen one, if you hit the subscribe button, you'll see a video every time I upload it, if you like these kind of videos. And yeah, not too sure where I'll be for the next one. Might be diggers, maybe somewhere else, you just don't know. So yeah, we'll see what happens, and I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you for the next one. Tight lines guys, and thank you very much for watching.